It's 2010, people. Can we all just admit it for once? I'm gonna say what's on everybody's mind. I know you're all thinking exactly this. Parades are fucking stupid, and I hate a parade. Don't you all just hate parades? It's not exactly true. I like Thanksgiving Day parades. I like the big balloons. I like when people are doing acts, like clowns juggling. They make floats. There's like a purpose to it. I think we can all agree those kind of parades are pretty cool. It's kind of cool when you're playing GTA and you get a bunch of guys all in monster trucks and you make a long ass trail of a parade, if you will, of monster trucks. But small town parades, that's just unnecessary. I mean, I was thinking about this a little while ago because I woke up because there was these two police cars or ambulances or something, their sirens going, and it just kept going and nobody would let them through because it was taking forever. And I was like, there must be a fucking parade going on or something. Because the beginning of a parade, fucking police escorts, and there's no reason for it. Nobody's gonna interrupt them. If there's a fucking parade, it's not like you're just gonna barge through and run over people because they're blocking the streets. And even if they did, you're only blocking the front of the parade, so what good does it do anyway? So, small town parades, this is my experience. I don't know about you guys in your other small towns, but they usually occur in the fall, with your fall festivals, which are usually named after some sort of crop or fruit or some kind of animal, like a fish or a chicken or something, some kind of food that you'd have. The first thing in the parade usually was beauty pageant winners. They had like a beauty pageant, and I just despise beauty pageants too, along with parades. I hate the mothers that stick their daughters in makeup and shit and try to sexually objectify little kids, which, if they're talking about a pedophile, they're against it, but when they're doing it, they're all for it. It's just so hypocritical. And then you got them sitting in these convertibles, which everybody borrows from the rich people in town, which is usually your doctors and your lawyers and whatnot. So it's like, let's borrow the cars of these people that we all sort of envy because it's showing them like where all your money went. It's like, here's their fucking convertible and this plastic surgery on a little 6-year-old. That's where your money went when you were going to the doctor all year. And that's just, and they're throwing candy, it gets all over the streets and littered. But I guess it makes them happy, whatever. So then what's after that? Usually a marching band, which that's okay if they're good. It's kind of annoying, but I don't know. Marching band's fine. That belongs in a parade. I can stand with that. We never had any real floats. Nobody put any effort into making like a big float with flowers and like a theme. It was really fucking shitty in my town. We had like tractors, old fucking farm tractors, like antiques. You had your classic cars because they had like a car show before and they all like piled into the parade. And you never get any good cars. And it's kind of weird about people that are car people that go to these car shows. Like, most of them, I imagine, only have one car. And like, they spend years working on this one car. It seems like it would get old. Like, you'd want to trade it around or work on a new car or something. You never see any like really A-list celebrity cars like from movies or TV shows like the Batmobiles or the Kit from Knight Rider, or the Dukes of Hazzard. Well, you might see that one because it's rednecky enough. But the Ghostbusters car or the Back to the Future car, you never see those unless it's like at a state fair or something. Never at like a small town parade. And then you get your like B-list cars like the station wagon from Vacation, with National Lampoon's Vacation with Chevy Chase or something. Or you never get like the Harry and the Hendersons station wagon. That would be like a C-list. Or the car that Patricia Arquette from Medium drives, the Volvo. You never see that in a parade. The A-Team van, that would be great for a parade, but I never see it. I think it is around somewhere doing some kind of touring circuit that you do with famous cars. But then what's after the cars? Usually, like, there's not really much after that I can remember, except they would have like a bunch of guys on ATVs, like four-wheelers and three-wheelers and motorcycles and whatnot. That's pretty much just mindless, senseless. We got to put something in the parade. So everybody that has a four-wheeler just pile in the back here because the parade's going to be kind of short if we don't have just some filler. So just random four-wheelers driving around. Just no point to it. They don't even throw candy. They're just all like getting together like a bunch of bikers. And then you might have them wheel out the old city like emergency vehicles, like your fire trucks and your ambulances and things. Just kind of show that, yeah, your tax money is going somewhere. I think the best would be if like a fire broke out while the parade was going on and somebody got injured and needed an ambulance and a fire truck and they were in the parade. So I'm sure they have backups, but if they didn't, it would be hilarious to see them bust out of the parade. Or even better if the fire was at the front of the parade, like the hairspray from one of these 6-year-old beauty pageant queens caught her on fire and blew up a car. Because then they'd be like, well, we're going to get there eventually anyway. No need to bust out of the parade. Just keep going straight. So that's pretty much all there is on a small town parade. You got your city vehicles, your marching band, classic cars, random motorcycles and three-wheelers and stuff. So what part of that sounds fun and interesting? I don't think any of it does. That would be like, if you told somebody, let's go see some classic cars and marching band today. You'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't want to go see any goddamn classic cars. Or like, let's go down to the fire station, look at the fire trucks. While we're there, we might get some candy. Maybe look at some young girls in pretty dresses. They'd be like, what the fuck are you fucking crazy? I don't want to go to the goddamn fire station, look at some goddamn little girls. But when you do it at a certain time of the year and everybody sort of gets together and agrees, then I guess it's fine. You never see like a gay parade in a small town, because that would just be a massacre. I mean, it would be more fun, sure, but small towns just don't tolerate the gays. They secretly do in back corners, some of them. But, you know, not all as a whole. Everybody can get together and agree looking at young girls in pretty dresses and old classic cars and fucking old tractors is fun, but they can't get together and agree that we should tolerate gays. I don't want to get on a tangent. I'm just talking about how fucking parades suck. I don't really care about gays. I mean, as far as parades go. Oh! You may get some horses. We had some, I guess some animals. I'm thinking if there's anything besides horses that we had. People riding on horseback. It would be nice if they took like the zoo and they opened it up and brought it out to the parade. Like have some elephants and tigers and shit. I was thinking about zoos the other day. What the fuck do they feed lions and tigers and shit in a zoo? Do they order meat from like a farm or like cows, or do they slaughter the gazelles at part of the zoo and they have babies and they let them grow up? And they keep like zebras and stuff in zoos, and they have to reproduce, right? So what, do they just use the extra zebras to feed the tigers, or how does that work? Seems like they could do all that stuff in-house. I'm sure they order like the big steaks that you typically would see in a cartoon with a zoo that they would feed the tigers. But I guess they're eating cows or something. They're used to eating zebras and stuff that's lean and gazelles. But no, now they're eating fucking slow-ass cows. I wonder if the fat from all the cows that they feed the tigers makes the tigers all slow, like the high fructose corn syrup is doing to us. I'm kind of off sodas right now, so I'm trying to get off the corn syrup. It's hard though, because every fucking thing has corn syrup in it. Especially goddamn parade candy. So fuck parades. The end. And good night.